Have you ever wondered why we eat 3 meals a day, love? It seems so natural now, but it wasn't always this way.
Oh, really? I thought people always ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, where did it all start?
It's a fascinating story, one that ties together history, culture, and even capitalism. To understand the origins, we need to go back to a time when eating patterns were very different. Before the Industrial Revolution, people didn't have set meal times like we do today. They mostly ate when they were hungry or when food was available.
So you're saying they didn't have breakfast at 8 a.m., lunch at noon, and dinner at 7 p.m.?
Exactly. The idea of 3 structured meals a day began to take shape during the 19th century. And here's where it gets interesting. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, played a surprisingly big role in this shift.
Edison? You mean the guy who invented the light bulb? What does he have to do with our eating habits?
Yes, Edison is most famous for the light bulb, but his influence extended beyond just illuminating our homes. You see, before electric lighting, most people's schedules revolved around the sun. They would wake up at sunrise, work during daylight, and go to bed not long after sunset. Meals were often just about keeping energy levels up, not about sticking to a specific schedule.
So, you're saying the invention of the light bulb changed how people ate?
Precisely. Edison's light bulb extended the day. Factories could stay open longer, and people could work later. This shift had a ripple effect on society, including how and when people ate. As work hours became more structured, so did meal times.
Ah, I see. So people needed a routine because their work hours were more fixed?
That's right. The new work schedules created a need for structured meal times. Breakfast became the meal to start the day before heading to work. Lunch was a quick meal during a break, and dinner was eaten after returning home in the evening. This pattern became ingrained in society, particularly in urban areas where factory work was common.
But why 3 meals? Why not 2 or 4?
Great question. The 3-meal structure wasn't just about work schedules. It also had to do with the rise of capitalism and the commercialization of food. As more people moved to cities and worked in factories, there was a growing market for ready-made food. Businesses saw an opportunity. They started promoting the idea of breakfast as the most important meal of the day, not just to sell food but also to market their products, like cereal.
You mean companies helped invent breakfast as we know it today?
Exactly. The concept of breakfast cereal, for example, was heavily marketed as a health necessity. Kellogg's and Post, 2 big cereal companies, pushed the idea that a proper breakfast was essential for a productive day. This wasn't just about health, it was about selling more products.
So, capitalism played a big role in shaping our eating habits.
Yes, capitalism didn't just change what we eat but when we eat as well. The idea of 3 meals a day became a norm, partly because it fit neatly into the workday structure that capitalism created. But it wasn't just about work. Social norms started to evolve too. Having 3 meals became associated with a more civilized and orderly life, a sign of modernity.
It's amazing to think that something as basic as eating 3 meals a day has such a complex history. But is this structure still necessary today?
That's where things get interesting again. In recent years, there's been a lot of debate about whether 3 meals a day is really the healthiest approach. Some nutritionists argue that smaller, more frequent meals might be better for managing energy levels. Others advocate for intermittent fasting, which often reduces the number of meals.
So, what we take for granted might not even be the best way to eat?
Exactly. It's a reminder that our habits are shaped by history and culture, but they're not set in stone. As our understanding of nutrition evolves, so too might our eating patterns. Who knows, in the future, we might look back at the three-meal structure as just another phase in the ever-changing story of human eating habits.
You mean the 3 meals a day might become a thing of the past? Why does it happen that things we think are normal can change so much?
It's all about how society evolves. Just like how Edison's light bulb changed our daily schedules, new technologies and ideas can shift our habits. The key takeaway is that nothing in culture is permanent, it's all subject to change as we adapt to new circumstances.
So, we should stay curious and open to new ways of doing things.
Absolutely. Love, curiosity and adaptability are essential. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to start a new eating trend that becomes the norm in the future.
Now that's something to chew on.